With a brilliant sun and turquoise sea, friendly people, tropical wildlife, and the largest coral reef in the Western Hemisphere, Cancun, Mexico was the gracious host of the 2010 United Nations Climate Change Conference. With dedication and cooperation, distinguished COP16 delegates from over 190 nations worked toward reaching a hopeful accord on ways to mitigate urgent climate change.
Livestock production is yes, it's a very major contribution to greenhouse gas emissions.
In the midst of this two-week summit, a special event on December 5th held at the leading eco-friendly Fairmont Mayakoba Resort Hotel welcomed international dignitaries to join in highlighting the foremost solution to global warming as it celebrated exemplary champions of the planet. Co-hosted by the Mayor of Cancun, the Honourable Jaime Hernandez Zaragoza, and the Supreme Master Qinghai International Association, the Greenest Heroes Gala opened with vital messages shared by the esteemed 44th Costa Rican President, Jose Maria Figueres Olson, and the 7th President of Ireland, Mary Robinson. Gracing this meaningful celebration was special guest of honour Supreme Master Qinghai, who was personally attending the COP16 summit at the invitation of the Mexican government, meeting with conference delegates and journalists in support of their noble efforts to protect the planet.
During the gala's multi-course vegan banquet, gifted performances unfolded, including songs inspired by Supreme Master Qinghai's poetry that were presented by celebrated artists. These included soprano Lynn Wintersteller, accompanied by two-time Grammy and Oscar-winning composer David Shire on the piano, legendary Beach Boys founding member Al Jardine, Tony Award-winning vocalist Melba Moore, with songs by two-time Oscar winner Al Kasha, acclaimed soprano Kerry Walsh, award-winning Italian-Mexican singer Philippa Giordano, three-time Grammy nominee and multi-platinum recording artist Taylor Dane, who has sold over 75 million albums and singles worldwide, as well as beautifully attired traditional Mexican dancers and musicians, and vibrant international dances performed by our association members.
The Greenest Heroes Gala was a tribute to all Earth protectors who participate in and promote the compassionate plant-based lifestyle for a more healthful and peaceful world. For their outstanding representation, 8 people were specially honoured by Supreme Master Qinghai, Ultraman World Championship athlete and attorney Rich Roll, internationally renowned communication coach Richard Green, best-selling author and speaker Dr. Will Tuttle, 3-time Emmy award-winning filmmaker Carrie Brown, soprano Kerry Walsh, accomplished film producer and former Warner Brothers executive Julie Bergman-Senger, and the gala's 2 masters of ceremonies, Emmy award-winning filmmaker Lionel Friedberg and actress Mariana Tosca.
The evening also featured the premiere of the book From Crisis to Peace, The Organic Vegan Way's the Answer, a compilation of Supreme Master Qinghai's messages on the environment, along with the debut of Birds of Paradise, a feature animation based on Supreme Master Qinghai's #1 international best-selling book, The Birds in My Life.
In addition to live coverage, numerous print, radio and television media reported on the events, highlighting its key themes of veganism and sustainability for an even wider audience. During the gala, Supreme Master Qinghai delivered an elevating speech in which he urged all leaders to adopt benevolent, life-saving policies. She also revealed certain spiritual information for the first time as part of a vital message for all to make wise choices that determine the future of our precious planet.
We can save all that we wanted to save because we have the power.
no tengo marido, o no estoy comprometido cuando resulte la bola.
Ancora.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's Masters of Ceremony.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cancun, Mexico. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth with its music, clear blue ocean, and warm sunshine, and it certainly makes you feel welcome. No wonder people from all over the world love to visit here.
Yeah, it certainly is a place that makes my heart beat faster. You can tangibly feel the presence of the great Mayan civilization that once flourished in this area. It's quite a treat to be here. You've just heard the song El Sinaloense, performed by Mariachi La Diferencia. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Greenest Heroes Gala. It's being held here at the prestigious Fairmont Mayakoba Hotel in one of the most beautiful places in the world, Cancun, Mexico. We're privileged to have you join us, all of you, this evening.
And this beautiful city is currently hosting COP16, the 16th Annual Conference of Parties International Climate Change Conference, with tens of thousands of people here. The decisions made at the COP16 have the very, very real power to change the destiny of the world.
Tonight, we celebrate the many areas where great strides to climate change have already been made. That's what this lovely gala in this lovely ballroom is all about. We've got an exciting program lined up for you, starting with a 5-course gourmet vegan meal, reflecting international flavors and the most sustainable and compassionate diet for the planet.
The main purpose of this evening is to celebrate and honor the noble efforts of those courageous people who are championing effective ways to positively impact climate change. Throughout the evening, we will enjoy entertainment by celebrated artists from around the world.
Before we start, let me introduce you, all of you, to my very beautiful co-host, Mariana Tosca. Mariana is an award-winning actress. She won a Drama Critics Ovation Award for Best Actress for her performance in Tennessee Williams' wonderful play, Orpheus Descending. And she's a member of the prestigious Actors Studio. She's a wonderful mix of acting talent and compassion, and both inner and, as you can clearly see, outer beauty.
Thank you. Thank you, Lionel.
Mariana starred in the films Christmas in the Clouds, as well as in the acclaimed I Knew a Girl Named Hollywood, for which she won the Breakthrough Performance Award from the ICA Critics Society. Mariana serves as a board member for Save the Chimps, the world's largest chimpanzee sanctuary, and at the National Academy of Music for the Blind, where she volunteers teaching drama. She received an Artists for Humanity Award for her work as founder of the Los Angeles Homeless Coalition, and has the privilege of serving as Chief Animal Welfare Advisor to United States presidential candidate Congressman Dennis Kucinich. When Mariana isn't acting, she devotes herself to protecting animals, humans, and of course, the environment. A longtime vegan, the brilliant Ms. Tosca is also a member of Mensa International, which humbles me just to be at her career.
I apologize. That seemed to have gone on interminably. Thank you all. And now it is my privilege to introduce to you my co-host, the extremely talented and world-renowned film producer, Lionel Friedberg. His skills range as director, writer, cinematographer. Lionel has made films for television channels like National Geographic, Animal Planet, CBS, PBS, the History Channel, and Discovery Channel. Lionel has received numerous awards for his work, including the Primetime Emmy Award the American Association for the Advancement of Science Westinghouse Award, 3 Columbus, and 2 Golden Eagle Awards. Noted for his compassion for our world and all of its inhabitants, Lionel is a vegan and is very, very active in the animal welfare movement. So I applaud you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're honored to have very many dignitaries with us at this evening's gala event. Heading the list, of course, is our guest of honor, none other than Supreme Master Ching Hai. Really having her in the same room with us is more than a treat, it's an exceptional privilege. Thank you, Supreme Master, for being with us tonight.
We have the mayor of Cancun, Jaime Hernandez Zaragoza, Jose Maria Figueres, the former president of Costa Rica, Mary Robinson, the former president of Ireland, Eugene Xian, chair for the Taiwan Institute for Sustainable Energy, Gurbangeldi Alaberdiev, the head of delegation of the Turkmenistan Ministry of Nature Protection, John Topping, president of the Climate Institute in Washington, D.C., Latif Amars, the project manager for Tanzania Natural Resource Forum, Ezat Luis Sanallah Agabi, the department head of the Egyptian Environmental Affairs, or the EEAA, Mario Castro, the deputy of Cancun, Hehersanti Alvarez, secretary for the Office of the President of the Philippines, Deputy Director Devan of Pakistan's Ministry of Environment, Consul General Mark Carney of the United Kingdom, Ambassador Hamdani Jafar of Embassy of Indonesia, and Mr. S.T. Kodikata, Secretary to Sri Lanka's Ministry of Agriculture. There are many more dignitaries in attendance. However, due to limited time, we cannot name them all.
Thank
Give them
you
a
all for
round
being
of
here.
applause.
Thank you.
Beautiful people, this is impromptu, spontaneous, because our president must leave. He has urgent business to go. It was very gracious of him to come, so I let him please say hello to you, to welcome you, and to tell you be veg, go green, something like that. Please, the president of Costa Rica.
Thank you.
Buenas noches, amigas y amigos. Dear friends, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. A usted, Maestra Suprema, muchísimas gracias por honrarnos en esta linda tierra mexicana. I wanted to stop by and not only pay my respects, but also thank you for this event and for celebrating the activity that you are celebrating tonight, honoring heroes that are doing good work for our planet. I would have loved to stay here. I am the chair of the Carbon War Room, and I have activities this evening that I must be present at. So with the music here, I don't know if I should dance or what, but...
They just welcome you. They're so excited. The music went on by itself.
Okay. But in any case, if I may, I come from a country that has taken environmental policies very serious and very at heart.
In Costa Rica. In your country, many activities. Please tell a little bit.
Many of you have been to Costa Rica. La Suprema Maestra was sharing with me that she was there about 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yes.
In our country. And of course, for us, the environment has become a way of life sustainability has become very much the paradigm towards which we have moved, combining good macroeconomic policies with good social policies, and at the same time developing ourselves with nature.
Yes.
In many ways, I would consider myself and call myself a tree hugger, that expression they use in North America to identify people that are very inclined towards respecting the environment. But I would also say that in bringing the resources that we need to bring to the table, and in bringing all the strength that we need to bring from different sectors of society to be able to tackle the challenge of climate change, we would need to bring in, very importantly, the private sector as well. This is an issue on which I feel it is just too important to our lives to be left in the hands of government themselves or of the political framework. So while I wish the political framework and the process of the countries coming together here in Cancun the best of lucks in reaching important agreements, I don't think we can just wait for them to reach an agreement. This is something in which we have to exercise personal leadership and personal commitment. Your being here tonight, your activity, su liderazgo, Suprema Maestra, are already a fine example of that leadership and of stepping forward. So I wish you the best in your activities here this evening and in the times to come. These are important times, beautiful times, challenging times. Climate change may be to some a big challenge. To many of us, it's a tremendous opportunity to move towards a world that is free of carbon emissions, that provides better jobs, that provides better opportunities for the private sector and for civil society to interact. That world, which is a much better world, is possible if we all exercise our leadership and we work in that direction.
Wow.
Muchísimas gracias, que Dios me los bendiga y que tengan aquí muy buenas celebraciones.
We thank His Excellency for sparing his precious time to come to grace us with his presence. Please do one more thank you applause.
We would now like to introduce you to the co-organizer of this event, the Honorable Jaime Hernandez Zaragoza, the mayor of this most beautiful and welcoming city of Cancun. A firm believer in the importance of cooperation, Mr. Zaragoza stated when he recently assumed his position, "I want to send a clear signal of unity, peace, and harmony." So please join me again in welcoming his distinguished Mayor Jaime Hernandez Zaragoza. And his wife, Lady Mayoress Ms. Pati Meneses de Hernandez.
First Lady of Cancun. People say there's always a great woman behind a great man, so we welcome her and honor her as well. It's a beautiful couple. Wow.
Es un orgullo, en verdad, estar en este lugar. Además, por lo que representa este pequeño pedazo de paraíso que Dios nos ha dado, por el poder compartir este lugar con cada uno de ustedes. Cuando uno empieza a escuchar acerca del calentamiento global, hay una gran preocupación y un sentimiento de soledad que invade nuestro corazón. Sin embargo, conocerles, escucharles y saber que cada vez más gente está trabajando para revertir Este efecto da tranquilidad, pero también incrementa el compromiso, la responsabilidad por actuar. Recientemente en la Ciudad de México, en el Distrito Federal, tuvimos una reunión, una cumbre de alcaldes locales y regionales en el que pudimos ponernos de acuerdo en 13 puntos. Pero el esquema principal, el enfoque principal, fue el compromiso, dejar de ser espectadores y convertirnos en actores. El altruismo, la generosidad, la solidaridad son valores que representan luces de esperanza en medio de la incomprensible oscuridad de la codicia que envuelve a la humanidad y a nuestro planeta. Somos muchos los que nos damos cuenta de que el mundo al revés no es una opción. Sin embargo, a veces no es fácil encontrarnos, unirnos, organizarnos para luchar, para difundir, para encauzar los caminos torcidos que solo conducen al caos. Esta noche es una noche excepcional, una noche de luces, una noche en que la Maestra Suprema, Shinhai, nos ilumina con su presencia y nos motiva con su sabiduría. Es para mí un honor muy especial darle la más entrañable de las bienvenidas a esta mujer que ha logrado reunir una gran cantidad de voluntades para buscar detener el cambio climático y que además trabajen incansablemente para llevar ayuda a quienes ya están padeciendo las consecuencias de este terrible fenómeno que amenaza a nuestro planeta y a todos sus habitantes. Quiero manifestar a nombre del gobierno municipal y de todos los habitantes del municipio de Benito Juárez, Cancún, México, del mío propio y del de mi familia, nuestro gran beneplácito porque Cancún haya sido distinguido con la presencia de los integrantes de la Asociación Humanitaria Internacional Shinhai. En el marco de esta cumbre mundial sobre el cambio climático, esperamos que todas y todos ustedes puedan disfrutar de la belleza natural que caracteriza a nuestro municipio, de la calidad de nuestras instalaciones, pero sobre todo de la calidad de nuestra gente. Los benitojuarenses somos gente trabajadora y amable. Hemos aprendido a servir. Hoy tenemos en nuestra memoria una frase que mi esposa dice con frecuencia: quien no vive para servir, no sirve para vivir. Y yo agrego, y el que no sirve, no sirve. Nos esforzamos en atenderlos y ofrecerles las condiciones necesarias para que los objetivos de su visita se cumplan cabalmente y para hacer de su tiempo libre en Cancún una experiencia memorable. En este municipio, en esta ciudad, estamos trabajando para transformar la historia. No podemos seguir culpando a quienes nos han heredado lo que hoy estamos viviendo, porque hoy todos somos responsables. En esta ciudad estamos abriendo espacios deportivos, parques para la convivencia y la integración familiar. Estamos reforestando nuestra ciudad, nuestros parques, y la meta este año es sembrar 1 millón de árboles. Estamos limpiando nuestras playas y hoy solamente no nos limitamos a la limpieza, sino también a desinfectar nuestras playas. Estamos rescatando nuestros cenotes, esos lugares de agua pura que circulan como venas internas de nuestro planeta. Estamos trabajando para que Cancún sea una muestra de cuidado al planeta. Pero estamos considerando que todo lo que hay en el planeta y en el universo, el elemento principal es el ser humano. Y estamos conscientes que este pedazo de paraíso que Dios nos dio no nos hace dueños, sino administradores. Y estamos también conscientes de que daremos cuentas por lo que hacemos o dejamos de hacer con este lugar. Quisiera decir muchas palabras, pero mi voz se ahoga con la emoción de tenerlos en casa. Cancún es su casa y deseo que en este lugar haya acuerdo de todos los representantes de los 194 países y de los grupos y asociaciones que participan de manera alterna. Y que estos compromisos, estas propuestas, no solo sean políticas, sino realidades. En algunas ocasiones he comentado que cuando fuimos niños tuvimos sueños, pero no los pudimos hacer realidad porque no teníamos la edad ni las condiciones, ni el poder, ni la autoridad para ejecutarlos. El problema es que hoy tenemos la edad, somos adultos, existen las condiciones y tenemos el poder y la autoridad para generar acciones, pero hemos perdido los sueños. Recuperemos los sueños, volvamos a ser niños, cuidemos nuestro planeta. No hay otro espacio para la vida del ser humano. El compromiso no es solo de los gobernantes, aunque asuman mi responsabilidad como tal. Creo que tenemos que hacer cambios en la mentalidad de los gobernantes y empezaré por la mía. Me sumo a este proyecto. Difundiré lo que aquí se acuerde, lo que aquí se proponga y todas las soluciones que se planteen en esta mesa y en esta organización, las llevaré como propias con mi familia y para todos los habitantes de este municipio. Siento mucho haberme extendido, pero es necesario aprender esto. Nunca dejen un micrófono en manos de un político. En verdad, muchas gracias. Sean ustedes bienvenidos. Cancún es su casa y nosotros su familia. Quisiera tomar un poco más de tiempo y compartir este espacio con mi esposa, porque hay algo especial. Mi esposa no habla con la boca, habla con el corazón. y quisiera también que nos dijera un mensaje.
Thank you. We see beautiful faces, but we are not so different. We have at least one thing in common. We are very concerned about our tomorrows. And tonight, it's a really special night for us. And we want to give you, to all of you, the very, very welcome to Cancun, to the Riviera Maya, to Mexico.
Thank you so much for joining us here this evening, Mayor. We're honored to have you here.
Another very special guest with us this evening is Her Excellency Mary Robinson, a graduate of Harvard Law School. Ms. Robinson was the first woman to hold the office of President of Ireland. She was also the former United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights.
The recipient of numerous awards and honors throughout the world, Mary Robinson is currently the president of Realizing Rights, the Ethical Globalization Initiative. Its mission is to ensure fair and beneficial human rights for people all over the world. Tonight she shares with us some of her thoughts on climate change and its impacts. Please join me in welcoming Her Excellency, Mrs. Robinson.
Buenas tardes, good evening.
Buenas tardes.
Supreme Master Cheng Yai, Honorable Mayor of Cancun, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to share a few thoughts with you. I had accepted to give a few remarks, and I'm happy that I do it after another former president, President Figueres of Costa Rica. He comes to the issue of climate change, I think, from a more political perspective. I come to the issue of climate change from a human rights context.
Yes.
In my work for the last 8 years with my colleagues in Realizing Rights, we were working on health issues, we were working on women's leadership in conflict situations, we were working on decent work issues in African countries, and the conversation we were hearing was increasingly about the impact of climate change on subsistence farmers, on indigenous peoples, on poor communities. There were no longer seasons that were predictable. It wasn't possible to know for farmers when they would sow and when they would reap the harvest. The weather changes were becoming ever more threatening to poor communities who don't have insurance. And I learned from some of my friends who actually are here with me this evening. For example, Constance O'Kellett from northern Uganda speaks about the good life that she had in her poor but stable community as she was growing up, because they had food security. They had seasons and they were able to feed their communities, the children went to school, and life was a normal village life. But more recently, that has changed, and changed in a very bad way for the community. Instead of having regular seasons, they now have flooding, and then 8 months of drought, and then flooding again. And the school has been undermined, and the local community. And it is Constance and a group of women who are trying to hold their community together. At first, she told us yesterday at a meeting of women leaders on climate justice, at first she said, we thought it was God who was punishing us. And we wondered why God was punishing us, a poor people in northern Uganda. And then she learned, in fact, through Oxfam. I'm honorary president of Oxfam International. And Oxfam brought her to a meeting to talk as a climate witness about what was happening in her community. And when she described this, she found that, in fact, it wasn't God who was punishing her people. It was, in fact, rich people, people who had profligate lifestyles that were punishing her people. And that is the essence of the idea of climate justice, that there are poor communities all over the world who are in fragile areas and are increasingly finding that their lifestyles are being undermined, food security is much more difficult, and it is because of the way the more developed parts of the world have used the resources of the earth. So it is important, as you know well in this room, that we change our behaviour, that we learn to reuse, reduce, recycle, and that we learn how to be better stewards of this earth. So I admire the way in which you are also putting a lot of emphasis on your own lifestyles, what you eat, what you grow, how you behave. I think we need to have many diverse ways and learn from each other and encourage each other. So I'm delighted that I was able to come here this evening, but I too have to go for urgent reasons to take part in discussions that are ongoing. It's that kind of conference, I'm afraid, as the Mayor knows. We're here in Cancun to try to change a very, very important issue. I think the most important human rights issue of this century, to ensure that we get a very good agreement from Cancun. And I'd like to conclude by paying a tribute to Mexico, to the government of Mexico, which has prepared so well this climate conference, which has an open process for this climate conference. And I'm also very happy that there is the opportunity to bring the voices that need to be heard. Yesterday, in an event which I co-hosted with a number of other organisations, Wangari Maathai of Kenya and her Greenbelt Centre, the Nobel Women, and Realising Rights, and the foundation which I have established on climate justice, we brought together grassroots women on climate justice. Tomorrow, with the support of the government, the support of the leadership of Mexico, we will have a meeting of women ministers on climate justice, and we will bring the perspective of poor women and their communities, Indigenous women, to women ministers. We could not do that without the support of the government of Mexico. So not only is the conference being well organised, but there is a lot of thought given to the important gender dimensions of climate, which have not been enough part of the previous COPs. So here in COP16, I think we have a chance to really change attitudes, change behaviour, and have an outcome which will bring forward this whole debate on climate change. So thank you very much indeed, and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If I just may say on a personal note, I'm so grateful that there are voices like yours out there who are so well-spoken and so impassioned as advocates for especially Indigenous people. So thank you very, very much, Mary Robinson.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the evening's entertainment. With regard to the arts, performing arts, arts in all its forms, our special guest, as you know tonight, is Supreme Master Ching Hai. She's not only a humanitarian, a best-selling author, and a spiritual teacher, she's also a poet and a very, very fine artist. Her work is so deep and touching that it frequently has inspired composers to adapt her poetry to music. So we have a treat for you tonight.
Having met you personally, I know that you're very shy and very humble about your poetry. So I would like you to know how very, very grateful we are that your profound poems can be offered to the public at large through songs like this. So our first performance tonight is a song adapted from Supreme Master Ching Hai's tender poem entitled Visiting You, with a musical score written by the wonderfully gifted David Shire. David has composed prolifically for theater, film, televisions, and recordings. Throughout his outstanding career, he has received international recognition, being honored with 2 Grammy Awards, an Academy Award, multiple Tony and Emmy Awards as well. His extensive list of film scores include the Oscar-winning theme song for Norma Ray, titled It Goes Like It Goes, and the well-known scores for Saturday Night Fever and Francis Ford Coppola's film The Conversation starring Gene Hackman.
But David's list of achievements is virtually endless. I'm humbled merely to be in his presence. David has composed hundreds of television scores, which have garnered him 5 Emmy nominations. His work includes Sarah, Plain and Tall, starring Glenn Close, Rear Window with Christopher Reeves, and The Woman of Brewster Place with Oprah Winfrey. In theatrical productions, David has multiple Tony-nominated works, including songs that have been sung by the likes of Barbra Streisand, Johnny Mathis, and Vanessa Williams.
Lynn Wintersteller is a gifted soprano singer and talented actress. She has appeared in several musicals, including Richard Maltby Jr. and David Shire's hit musical Closer Than Ever, which ran for an incredible 312 consecutive shows at the Cherry Lane Theatre.
For her extraordinary performance, Lynn was nominated for the Drama Desk Award for Outstanding Actress in a Musical. Lynn's debut on Broadway was in Rodgers and Hammerstein's A Grand Night for Singing. She continues her successful career, appearing at prestigious theatres at the Kennedy Center and the Goodspeed Opera House.
Tonight, David Shire and Lynn Wintersteller combine their musical talents to present an original composition based on Supreme Master Ching Hai's poem Visiting You. The song will be sung by Lynn, accompanied on the piano by David. And this will be followed by his Academy Award-winning song, It Goes Like It Goes, with music and lyric by him and Norman Gimbel. So please, ladies and gentlemen, will you help us give them a very, very warm round of applause?
We had a wonderful surprise honor today. The Supreme Master, she made lunch for us. It's very nice. And I know you refer to her as the Supreme Master, but to us, after our lunch and our lovely conversation and meeting you, we are going to call you Mommy Heart. Oh. Beautiful. And she's a good cook, too. We are combining, as a surprise to you, a poem that you wrote. David Shire writing a beautiful song, music that goes with it, for you to enjoy.
I'm embarrassed, but I'm grateful.
I set out, spreading my wings to the heavens. I proceed to call on you, the one I cherish. The earth is vibrant, exulting in our reunion, an uncommon day of happiness, together as on our first meeting. Let us overlook the nights of our distress, because from now we are together a long time, a long time. Burst open arms, a profound tender kiss. Together this night, let's forget yesterday's
and the rest. We depart at sunrise, return at twilight, sing on full moon nights, chorus on breezy days. Life is an aromatic flower garden. Oh my. Lift open arms, a profound tender kiss. Together this night, let's forget yesterdays and the rest. We depart at sunrise, return at twilight, sing on full moon night, chorus on breezy days. Life is an aromatic flower garden.
Mommy Heart.
Ain't no miracle being born, people doing it every day. Ain't no miracle growing up, people just grow that way. So it goes, like the river flows, and time it rolls right on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. Bless the child of a working man, she knows too soon who she is. And bless the hands of a working man, he knows his soul is a his. So it goes, like the river flows, and time it rolls right on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. So it goes, like the river flows, and time it rolls right on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets
Thank you. David Shire, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Lynn and David, for your wonderful talents and this absolutely beautiful performance. Thank you so much. It was just gorgeous.
So moving. Thank you both. Your talent is just unlimited.
They are the countrymen of the Secretary General of the United Nations. Okay, so please welcome the Korean group.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was absolutely gorgeous.
These are my people, huh?
They are your people.
Korea.
And they represent you very, very well.
Proud of you.
We're all very proud of you. That was really beautiful, colorful, and so
members,
vibrant.
Yeah. I mean, spontaneous and like impromptu almost. So we came here not to dance actually, just but I like to offer something to Mexico. Yeah. I saw them handing out flyers somewhere on the street yesterday. Yes, in front of the mesa. Some of them, yes.
Our next performer is well known for 3 things, and I bet you can't guess what they are. He has good vibrations. He popularized surfing in the USA, and he gets around. He gets around. Al Jardine is a founding member of one of the most well-known and most loved bands of all times, the Beach Boys.
Wow.
Yeah. He is an American icon, and the music of this band still resonates. There he is.
Thank you.
Yes, the music of that band still resonates in the minds and hearts of millions of fans worldwide.
So people, Al, the guy in the middle, provided the harmony vocals and was the guitarist, of course, for the Beach Boys.
Thanks for coming.
Singing lead on songs such as Help Me Rhonda.
No, you have to sing it.
No, I'll leave that to you, my darling. California Saga, Vegetables, Meditation, many, many others. This outstanding group has been awarded the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and Al was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For this evening's performance, Al will be performing 3 pieces for us. The first is his original composition adapted from Supreme Master Ching Hai's own poem, Eternal Ballad.
Again? Oh my God.
His second number will be Surfer Girl, with music and lyrics by Brian Wilson. And finally, he will perform Kokomo, with music and lyrics by John Phillips, Scott McKenzie, Mike Love, and Terry Melcher. Al Jardine will be lead vocalist, accompanied by his sons, Matt and Adam. Take it away, boys.
Thanks so much. Namaste.
Well, we're indeed happy to be here tonight, Supreme Master. It's very gracious of you. And we have chosen to sing for you one of our favorite poems called The Eternal Ballad, which is just a gorgeous poem and very deep, intellectually deep and spiritually deep poem that we put to music. And my 2 sons, Matthew and Adam, are going to be my background singers, and it's going to be beautiful. And then I'd like to do a couple of more familiar, maybe some contemporary songs by the Beach Boys. And we've just selected a couple of random tunes for you. Hope you like them. In my dreams you came to me, whispering love eternally, whispering love eternally. In my dreams you came to me. Memories when time was young and life took wings beyond heaven. Memories when time was young and life took wings, and my heart sang. Do do do, do do do, do do do, do do do, do do do. Golden time of longing pine for the home we've left behind. Oh, for the home we've left behind. Do-do-do, do-do-do. In my dreams it's now so bright. 1,000 suns adorn the sky. 1 trillion stars like the Milky Way. 1 trillion stars light up the night. Do-do-do, oh do-do-do, and do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. The golden times of longing pine for the home we've left behind. Oh, for the home we've left behind. We've left behind. Yeah, we've left behind. We've left behind. Thank you, thank you. I hope you like it. All right. It's a beautiful poem. I love the concept of the Milky Way. The trillion stars light up the night. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
I'm glad you like it. And
These are her original lyrics, I want you all to know. These are very, very beautiful lyrics.
I'm honored that you like it.
Deserve a nice round of applause, I think. Yes, indeed. Yes. Bravo. Bravo. Now, the Beach Boys recorded a song years ago about a little surfer girl that kind of encapsulated the sound of the Beach Boys in their beautiful harmonies, and I'd like to do that for you now as well.
Gracias. Thank you, thank you.
1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. There's a little Latin American tune that we did that has a nice rhythm to it. It reminds us of this area here in the world where the ecology is so beautiful and unspoiled. And we'd like to do that for you now. I think it's called Kokomo, and it's a fictitious island in our dreams that we want to go to when we want to get away from it all.
That's in this area.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it probably is.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go off the Florida Keys? There's a place called Kokomo, that's where you wanna go to get away from it all. Bodies in the sand, tropical drinks melting in your hand, and we'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band. Way down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go, way down to Kokomo. Denny, that Maserati Mystique, we'll move out to sea. We'll perfect our chemistry. I am biodefine with a little bit of gravity. Afternoon delight, cocktails and moonlit night. That dreamy look in your eye gives me a tropical contact high. Way down to Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go, way down to Kokomo. Well, that's it. That's it.
Let's see what you got is there. Hello. Hey. Oh, wow.
I got one more for you, though. I'm going to try. For my vegetarian friends out there, we'd like to dedicate this to you. My friend Paul McCartney, a long time ago, came to my recording studio, and he's a vegetarian, you know, and he helped me. He produced this song for the Beach Boys, I should say, and so I'd like to do it for you because it's kind of cute. I think you'll like this. I bet this will be the first song ever written about a vegetable.
I'm gonna be around my vegetables, I'm gonna chow down my vegetables. I love you most of all, my favorite vegetable. Oh, table veggie. If you brought a big brown bag of them home, I'd jump up and down and hope you'd toss me a carrot. I'm gonna keep well my vegetables, cart off and sell my vegetables. I love you most of all, my favorite vegetable. Table vegetable. I tried to kick the ball, but my tenny flew right off. I'm red as a beet, 'cause I'm so embarrassed. I tried to kick that ball, but my tenny flew right off. I'm red as a beet, 'cause I'm so embarrassed. I know that you feel better when you send us in your letter and tell us the name of your favorite vegetable. I know that you feel better when you send us in your letter and tell us the name of your favorite vegetable.
There you go. All right, for you old New Vegans out there.
There's a bonus track.
I knew you'd like it.
We love you. 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 God
Thank you,
bless
guys.
you.
Al Jardine, was not that amazing?
Yeah.
I love these guys. What's really extraordinary is that Lyle and I came here. We did not meet each other before this conference, but having been here for the past couple of days together, with an added benefit of coming and sharing our time with you, Supreme Master Ching Hai, is that we've met other people of like mind and have become very good friends. So now I'm looking around the room, I see a lot of people that I feel are like family now, and Al Jardine is one of them.
I think she just appeared from the celestial dream.
She beamed down celestially.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here.
They told me that our association members just come in between the great programs, like the Korean dance or the Chinese harp, etc. We are the between people, just like here we are the between in Cancun. We are no one and we are someone. We're nobody, and yes, we're doing something like that. So please don't be surprised if there's no introduction. All right, and just enjoy. This is one of our association members from China, if you would like to know. They're all beautiful like that in China. Yes, and Taiwan, Hong Kong, wherever the Chinese people are, they are like that. Okay, now you look at one sample. So please do visit China, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, etc. Go ahead. I know you can clap forever because they're really beautiful, but I want to tell you, do you recognize them? They pass on the flyers on the street in front of the messe. All of them, whoever come, they're doing all kind of job. I told you, we're in between people. We are the shadows. So that's why you don't recognize them. They're beautiful, no? It's Chinese, okay? One Chinese, one Taiwanese, they're all Chinese. I love them so much. They're so devoted. I'm really humbled by their sincerity and devotion. Whew, if everyone works like that, we have world peace in, yesterday.
That beautiful, delicate melody reminds us of the delicacy of the world in which we live. It resonates with the fact that we are custodians of our planet, and it is a delicate place. We all share a role in preserving it. Just lovely, and of course the melodies, Supreme Master, just gorgeous. Thank you so much.
The beautiful melodies that you just heard were written off of Supreme Master Shanghai's poems. The first one was I Will Forever Love You, which was originally in English, and the second was originally in Vietnamese. And that was really quite beautiful. So thank you again for your contribution. Okay, our next performer is Miss Carrie Walsh. She's an internationally respected soprano whose wide range of musical talents encompasses a wide range of styles. She trained at the Juilliard School in New York, and her voice has been highly praised by admirers with words such as glamorous, rapturous, and meltingly beautiful, which is interestingly the same words that I use to describe Lionel. She excels in lyric soprano and dramatic coloratura roles with a repertoire that ranges from early through modern music, theater, chamber music, as well as romantic opera.
Noted for her wonderful grace and her charm on screen as well as on stage, Kerry has also been an actress in theatre, television, film. She can sing in over 20 languages, which is quite an accomplishment. And these include Japanese, Ethiopian, Balinese, and Arabic. With a seemingly endless variety and reserve of musical abilities, Kerry is also a very talented flutist. Tonight she'll be performing Habanera from Bizet's wonderful opera, Carmen. Ladies and gentlemen, please warmly welcome Miss Kerry Walsh.
Thank you. I just wanted to say a little word about this song. I was trying to decide what I would bring to this wonderful occasion, and I thought, what more appropriate than a song about love, because everywhere Supreme Master is, there is so much love surrounding the occasion and everyone there, and you will hear amour, amour, amour over and over and over again in this song, very famous song about love.
Et c'est bien qu'on appelle si lui convient de refuser. Rien d'éphémère sans prière parle bien, l'autre se déteste, c'est l'autre que je préfère. Il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. Jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je te me procure de toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. m'approche, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, si je t'aime, surprendre, battre l'aile sans voilà. Ose loin, tu peux l'attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tout autour de toi, vite, vite, il vient, s'en va, puis s'il revient, tu crois il t'est vide, tu crois le vide et il te tient. L'amour. Jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, procure de toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Je t'aime, mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, regarde à toi.
Wow.
No matter how many times I've sung that song, it's always so much fun. I don't know, I've sung it a million times, but it's just always a blast. I just wanted to say again, this is such an honor and such a thrill to be here. I've had the privilege and the pleasure to be acquainted with Supreme Master for 12 years. And I can't say too much because I get very emotional, but I hope everyone is having a wonderful time. It's just magical. I feel the energy in the air, and I'm so honored. And this song I sang from all the love in my heart to Supreme Master.
Bravo, Karen. Thank you so much for that.
Just gorgeous.
What a voice. Huh? I wish I had a voice like that.
There is a reason why we're all here.
There's a very good reason why we're all here. And that is obviously a concern for the world in which we live. Both Mariana and I are vegans. And maybe you want to tell the folks in the room as well as me, because I don't know, what made you become a vegetarian? What made you adopt this lifestyle?
Well, I had grown up vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian since I was 4 years old. And that actually happened one evening when my family and I were in our car driving down a freeway, and next to us was one of those very long trucks with these slats on the side. And I looked over and I locked eyes with a cow who was staring at me. And these eyes were just so soulful to me. I knew that there was sadness behind there. And I asked my dad, I said, where are they going? And he very unceremoniously turned to me and said, oh, they're going to be dinner. And at that age, I knew instantly that I didn't want any part of that. There was an energy to it that I didn't want it to be a part of.
How old were you then?
I was 4 or 5 years old at that point. And that was the last time that I ate anything that had eyes and possessed a soul in the way that I sensed it did. And about 7 years ago, I visited an animal sanctuary, a farm animal sanctuary, and was schooled about what really happens on farms in terms of egg production and milk production. I didn't realize that the process of deriving milk from cows entailed keeping them in a constant state. That was very
I also
cool.
did not know.
And then the babies that were born were put into the whole cycle of production. And at that point, that's all I needed to know, and I went vegan instantly. I haven't felt like I've been in a deficit for it.
So, you're still beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, I became vegetarian must be at least 45 years ago now. I was working on a film, and we were working on a soundstage, and during the lunch break, the crew decided, well, let's go up the road, and the closest restaurant was a steakhouse. And we had been up there a number of times, and so we decided to go up there again, and we sat down, and on the crew there was a vegetarian, and I ordered the usual hamburger and salad, and he stopped me and he said, have you ever thought about what you're eating? And I said, yes. And he said, no, but really thought about it. You know that you're taking an animal's life. And it instantly clicked with me that there's something wrong with this.
So I come to it as well, as Mariana did, from the moral standpoint. It really bugged me. It played on my mind for a long, long time until I gained enough conviction to take up this lifestyle. And of course, ever since then, one realizes that this does make an enormous difference, not only to your health, but to the planet. And I think an occasion like this, COP16, is a great opportunity to recognize that it's not only about what you put on your gas tank, but what you put on your plate is what is so important. So, with that in mind...
Very well said. Very well said. Thank you.
And now, we have a beautiful traditional Mexican dance titled Son de la Negra, performed by the Ballet Folklórico de Cancun.
Yeah, Mexicans, the great. Look at your people.
Negrita de mis pesares, hojas de papel volando, negrita de mis pesares, hojas de papel volando, y a todos diles que sí, pero no le digas cuando así me dijiste a mí, por eso vivo penando. Cerraje cansado. ¡Ópale, bonito! Seguro que sí. ¡Señor!
¡Viva México! Bravo, bravo, gracias.
Viva Mexico. Viva Mexico. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go out and take dancing lessons, doesn't it? I think I could do that.
And
Not with this dress, but come up here and dance with me.
it's very contagious, huh? When we saw something like this, we want to do the same.
The riches of our planet doesn't only consist of the environment and so on, but people as well. People are what make the world so amazing, so wonderfully spectrumed and colorful and incredibly diverse. And so when you come to an opportunity like this and listen to a group like that, and you hear all this wonderful cultural richness that we have at our disposal, it's a real treat. So thank you all again very much for that.
Yeah. Viva Cancun! Viva Mexico! Mexico Premier!
Miss Julie Bergman Sender is a filmmaker and a director who has produced over 10 major films, such as G.I. Jane, starring Demi Moore, and 6 Days, 7 Nights, starring Harrison Ford. She was an executive at Warner Brothers, Universal Studios, and also Walt Disney Productions. A dedicated environmentalist, Julie recently produced and directed a fascinating film called Harmony, which is the theme of tonight, isn't it? Harmony, and being in harmony with our world, and of course with each other. So a new way of looking at our world is the theme of Julie's film.
Carrie Brown is an Emmy Award-winning writer, director, and producer. This gentleman has made over 70 films and video projects. He's also a very enthusiastic vegan who loves to prepare delicious plant-based dishes to share with his family and friends, and apparently we're all invited to his house right after the show for him to cook.
Where is his house?
Please help us give a warm welcome to Julie Sender and Carrie Brown.
Thank you very much, Mariana and Lionel. You know, you've mentioned a few moments ago about Julie's film, Harmony, and, you know, Julie's film was inspired and narrated by a green hero. And we have a lot in this room, but another green hero, His Royal Highness Prince Charles. So congratulations, that's a coup. And Julie, speaking of vegan cooking, that's quite a dinner they're serving us tonight.
It's a beautiful dinner, and thanks to all the people who prepared it and served it. I would just like to add one more thing, which is while the head of COP16 may be out there, the heart of COP16 is in here. And I want to say thank you to Supreme Master Ching Hai for having this gracious evening in this beautiful place, and to Mayor Zaragoza for having hosted it and opening your beautiful city. So thank you.
Thank you.
Didn't you know that everywhere in Cancun is beautiful like this? Yes. One hotel is better than the next. You must go around and look. They only have palaces here. Yes.
Well, you know, our dinner tonight was
no animals.
No animals at all. That's wonderful, you know. The story about the cow, I can really relate and understand that. You see, we all love animals. A lot of us love animals. I love animals. I know someone else who truly loves animals is the Supreme Master, Ching Hai, and in fact, she adopted 10 dogs and 23 birds. 23 birds.
24, actually. They missed one out.
And has written 3 books about her beloved animal friends. The dogs in my life, the birds in my life, and the noble wild. All of which have become international bestsellers. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for advertising for my books.
So this evening, as a special surprise, and in recognition of her devotion to the saving lives of animals, a special animation has been created called Birds of Paradise.
Please enjoy this delightful animation based on Supreme Master Ching Hai and her feathered family, Birds of Paradise.
share most every point of view. I like you,
like me.
that makes us kind of a family. Oh, we should always be together. Oh, it would be such fun. Oh, looks like we're birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather, everyone. A different name, a different hue, but I can't help feeling just like you. A different tail, a different beak. We feel the same, but we're still unique. Oh, we should always be together. Oh, it would be such fun. Oh, looks like we're birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather.
My bird, look like that. Yes.
Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather, everyone.
My bird, they look like that.
Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather.
Have you ever thought about being a bird? When you see these friends having so much fun, you just can't help wishing you were one of them, can you? Oh, it dawns on me you haven't met the colorful creatures of Paradise Island. Allow me to introduce them. First up is our regal beauty, Laguna.
Regal? Me? And I'm not even wearing my tiara.
She has a strong will and a strong beak.
I beg your pardon.
And yet there is a touch of the poet about her.
Indeedy do. How true, how true.
And as you can see, Laguna is one of the most beautiful birds in the world.
Oh, I bet you say that to all the girls.
Now let's meet Prima, assuming she's in a good mood.
Hey! I don't go talking to you when you're taking your morning bath.
Oh! My apologies, madame.
It's Miss.
I beg your pardon, Miss.
Are you still here?
Let's move on to the mischievous Mirabeau then, shall we?
Please do. Of all the impudent things to do. Well, I never.
Mirabeau here is a...
What about us?
Don't worry, you'll get your turn.
Okay.
I was about to say that Mirabeau is a rather enthusiastic fellow.
Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I've been around the block a few times, and this setup is a cinch. Everything's fine.
Everything's always fine with that bird.
And why wouldn't it be? Thanks to Mom, life is good. Besides, Laguna lives here.
Hey! We live here too!
Later?
Okay.
Yes, they all live here, as does our next friend, Kadula.
La 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 la.
Good morning, Kadula. What a wonderful voice you have.
Yes, I am lucky that way.
La 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 la.
And if I may say so, how breathtakingly beautiful you look.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
She sings like that. Yes.
Not quite yet.
God, eh?
There is something mystical and psychic about Anaconda. At times, he even seems to know what people are thinking.
I knew that you were going to say that.
I rest my case.
And I have an odd premonition that I'm about to be interrupted by two tiny birds named...
And Tutu.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Ah, yes. Next we meet Azur. A good-spirited but sometimes nervous little creature.
What?
A good-spirited but sometimes nervous little creature.
Aren't you going to
tell me I'm beautiful too?
Oh, of course. I was just about to say that. Azur, you are very beautiful.
Oh, you charmer. I bet you say that to all the girls.
As a matter of fact, I do. Now, with two small exceptions, whom we shall finally meet. Presenting Paradise Island's tiniest residents, Mimi and Tutu.
Yay!
Believe it or not, some people find it difficult to tell them apart. So my first question is, which one of you is Mimi and which of you is Tutu?
Me! No! Me too! You me too? No! Me too! Woo woo woo! All aboard!
But which of you is which?
Me and Tutu!
Perhaps we better move on. Gentino's a scrappy fellow, fiercely loyal, and a bundle of energy. Sometimes he's a touch too energetic. Says who? Well, even some big dogs have learned that you don't mess with Gentino.
You bet your life, Buster. And if anyone says any different, they'll have a pointed conversation with the end of my beak.
Let's move along, shall we? And now let me introduce another fella. He's pretty wild about mangoes, but apart from that, he's just a regular kind of guy. Anyone for mangoes? Yep, that's me. Sunny.
Oh, Sunny, you're so modest. You're the sweetest tempered bird I ever did meet.
You make everyone smile.
Even Prima.
Oh, come on, you guys. And we mustn't forget the most important person here. Mom. She of the Golden Feathers provides not only shelter, food, and clean water, she also gives us respect, kindness, dignity, and love. Mom has created a paradise no one would dream of leaving.
That's for sure. You'd have to be nuts. I hear that on the outside, they actually eat creatures, even birds.
Is that true, Anakan? Are there such monsters?
I'm afraid there are, Azure. Not everyone is vegetarian like us.
Ew!
I feel so safe here. Outside we'd be like wild birds, having to fend for ourselves.
And how would we ever get to sleep without Mom's lullaby?
If we left, we wouldn't be here. And then we'd miss ourselves.
It's a perfect place. And besides, Laguna's here.
Yep, this place ain't bad. Anywhere else is bound to be worse.
I concur. This is the best of all possible worlds.
Prima, wouldn't you agree?
With what?
That no one would ever dream of leaving Paradise Island.
Well.
Prima?
Well.
Prima, what do you mean, well?
Well.
Yeah?
I'm leaving right now.
Gee, it's odd without Prima around.
Mom's been searching, knocking on every door.
She's distraught.
She misses Prima more than any of us does.
She's a grumpy one, that bird. But I sort of got used to having her around.
We're all part of each other here.
Well, I certainly feel like a part of myself is missing.
We want Auntie Prima. She dries us off after our baths.
And who is going to give us our weather report?
She'd be complaining about those storm clouds right now.
And when it would rain, how she'd complain. And she'd find that lightning awfully frightening. And she'd shriek and shout with that thunder about.
Gee, I hope she ain't lost.
Let's not worry too much.
Not worry?
Well, maybe things are turning out better than we think. Maybe...
Long live Queen
Well sung, my loyal subjects. Prima does mean number one, you know.
Yeah, or maybe Prima is on a fantastic planet with all kinds of supersonic creatures.
Yeah, Sonny, that'd be cool.
Is it as much fun on your planet, Captain Prima, as it is here on Zog 37?
Sometimes it's even more fun.
Fascinating.
I wish my friends were here. I'll bet Sonny would really like this planet.
Yes, Captain. The giant mango fields are especially fascinating.
Anakin, what do you think Prima's doing?
Yes, Anakin. You seem to know everything.
Well?
Why didn't I listen to all my friends?
Oh, I am praying for her, and hope my fears are groundless.
Is Prima back yet?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Sorry.
What a revolting development this is.
I can't figure out why she left us.
Maybe she's just curious about beings beyond Paradise Island.
Well, of all God's creatures, I am happy that I am a bird.
Could we have a sing-song? To take our minds off our worries.
I'm always up for a song.
Good idea.
If I were a cow, I'd have to moo. Something I don't really like to do. If I were a cat, I'd have to meow. But I don't know how. If I were a goat, I'd have to baa. But ask me if I like it, I'd say nah. And if I were a horse, I'd have to trot. But I'd rather not. 'Cause I'd rather be a bird. And I don't even have to try. Yes, I'd rather be a bird and fly up in the sunny sky. Oh, I'd rather be a bird more than any other thing. Yes, I'd rather be a bird because I really love to sing. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. If I were the cow, I'd have to moo. Something I don't really like to do.
And if I were a cat, I'd have to meow. But I don't know how. Come on, Mirabel, do it. All right. If I were a goat, I'd have to baa. But ask me if I like it, I'd say nah.
And if I were a horse, I'd have to trot. But I'd rather not. 'Cause I'd rather be a bird. And I don't even have to try. Yes, I'd rather be a bird and fly up in the sunny sky. Oh, I'd rather be a bird more than any other thing. Yes, I'd rather be a bird because I really love to sing. La 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 la.
can't.
Now that we are calmer, I suggest that we go back to our perches and meditate before supper.
Good night, babies. Have wonderful dreams. Heaven love you, and I love you. Thank you. Remember, God, you are divine. Have a good night. Remember, God. Well done. Really beautiful.
It's almost bedtime, and still no Prima.
Let's take one last look, Sonny. Gentino, look. Is it? Looks like Prima's feathers, all right.
Prima? But she looks so...
Draggled?
Who cares? She's home.
Prima, how are you? What happened? Tell us what
We
happened.
missed you. Hey, tell us about the creatures from outer space.
Did you meet people from outer space?
I don't know where to start.
It's all right, child. What's important is that you're back and you're safe.
Yes, Anakan. And a little wiser.
How's that, Prima?
You know the only thing worse than being around all of you?
A rotten mango?
No. It's not being around all of you.
So, Prima, is that your way of saying you're glad to be back?
What do you think?
I think she's glad to be back.
Me too. Me too. Hooray!
I thought I'd never play with Mom's golden hair ever again. Or hitch another ride on her shoulder.
Welcome back, Prima. Welcome home.
We're
glad you're back.
So glad you're back. We missed you. Tell us about the creatures from outer space, Auntie Prima.
Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather, everyone. Like me.
Wow.
Share most every point of view.
Hey, you.
Like you. Like me. That makes us kind of a family. Oh, we should always be together. Oh, it would be such fun. Oh, looks like we're birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, everyone. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather,
pretty, beautiful, eh? Yeah, I'm also very, very pleased. Thank you. My God, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
What a lovely story and so beautifully told. Just like in her book, The Birds in My Life, Supreme Master's devotion to and admiration for her feathered friends certainly comes through.
Muchísimas gracias por invitarme a participar con ustedes en esta linda actividad que realizan con la Suprema Maestra aquí en Cancún.
President of Costa Rica.
Una de las contribuciones importantes que podríamos hacer a bajar las emisiones de carbono es un cambio de nuestras dietas. Y si vamos en esa dirección, pues estaremos haciendo mucho por bajar las emisiones. De manera que es una contribución importante. La verdad es que el nivel de emisiones de carbono que hemos llegado a tener hoy en día es excesivo para la salud del planeta. Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una grata impresión de ver tanta gente preocupada y ocupada en salvar el planeta. Estoy muy contento y bueno, dispuesto a entrar en este movimiento por salvar nuestro planeta e invitar a más alcaldes para que conozcan y participen en este movimiento por salvar el planeta.
I'm so impressed. The dinner was delicious. The salvation start not in our families, start in our plates. I think that is the most important thing tonight, and I really think that it's going to be helpful for everything and so blessing to us. Thank you.
I think very interesting with all the culture, and the dinner was wonderful, the organization, the music, and the lady is fantastic.
Estoy listo y dispuesto a hacerlo con un gran compromiso para que esto suceda. El cambio se tiene que dar y yo voy a originar ese cambio. Bienvenidos a Cancún Vegetariano. Son bienvenidos. Esta es la casa del veganismo.
In homes and in communities, we can encourage all kinds of changes in reducing, recycling, reusing, and being aware that we have to hand this planet on in good standing to our children's children. And at the moment, we're not on course to do that. I think it's important that we all recognise that we need to reduce our consumption of meat and other ways in which we're using up the resources of the planet.
It was an excellent event and we really enjoyed it, and I hope that this type of events can continue and you get a little bit more of spiritual feeling into your life as opposed to a totally materialistic world. I'm quite impressed with what's been stated here, you know, that you have to reduce your dependence on animal diet, and it's very logical that if you want to reduce emissions from methane particularly, that you don't want to be sort of pushing too much on very large production of livestock and then clearing out of forests. I think it's important to instill in the children particularly that there has to be a change in the lifestyle patterns, and I think it's a very healthy way of living.
The music beautiful, the Supreme Master's beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. I like it too much. I didn't imagine that it was so nice, and I didn't imagine that it was so cruel to kill animals. So I think that I changed my habits
my eating habits.
She's a very impressive lady. I am a Muslim, but I felt that she's bringing in ideas from Buddhism, from Hinduism, from Christianity, Judaism, and provide a common platform with some of her ideas. She's trying to make the world a better place for everybody, and I think that's the way human beings should progress with life.
Off the Florida Keys, there's a place called Kokomo.
It's quite diverse and amazing, and I must say it's very impressive that this was all put together in a matter of days. We have a song called Vegetables. We performed that song this evening for Master Ching Hai. Then Matthew starts tapping on his little glass, because it's a little novelty song that enlivens the senses, really, and it's cheerful, you know, and it's about enjoying your vegetables and being healthy. And I saw her face light up out there, and then she started tapping a glass or something, and you know, everybody participates that way. And I think it really it was the perfect place to showcase that song.
Your favorite vegetable? In my dreams, now so bright, 1,000 suns adorn the sky, 1 trillion stars light the Milky Way, 1 trillion stars light up the night.
It's just a beautiful lyric. It's very expansive. We looked at many of the poems and we thought this one would fit our style best because it has rhyme, it has meter, and very profound, really. I mean, not many songs about the Milky Way and the stars, and you know, I like those kind of songs. So this turned into a beautiful ballad, I think. And it's called the Eternal Ballad, so it really works.
Yeah, we've left behind. We've left behind.
I think this is how we're going to solve the climate problem. You know, we're going to solve a little bit in negotiations, but much of it is really going to happen just through all the interaction of many of the people of goodwill who come together from countries around the world. And tonight we saw much of that in this wonderful gathering that happened here, really bringing people together, looking at the importance of food as part of the solution to climate change, our habits that we have and the care that we take for the planet and for other beings.
In Florida, there's pig farming. They have these pig culture places, and it's poisoning the waters for the manatees down in the Florida area. They found the toxicity in the water.
I'm really glad I came, and I benefited so much. I'm beginning to see a different angle as to the vegan, and it's something that's worth looking into, definitely.
Si te conviertes en vegetariano no vas a sufrir, solamente vas a tener una alimentación ordenada y eso va a hacer que tu salud y tu estilo de vida mejore.
Y ayudamos al mundo.
La verdad me pareció muy interesante. El evento estuvo perfecto.
Bueno, hero.
It was about 85% vegetarian about a month ago when I went and spoke to a meeting in London, and I guess I've now become 100% vegetarian. My children have all been vegetarian for the last 25 years, and you know, they're healthy. My son is a triathlete, and I think that what we saw tonight with the you know, many of the people who've been very active in this is that, you know, their health certainly has not suffered, and they look remarkably healthy. And I think that, you know, not only the health of the planet could benefit, but also people's personal health, their hearts and so on, and just how they feel about themselves is also important and advanced by this.
My name is Nelly Correa. I'm a member of the North American Commission on Environmental Cooperation. And well, it has been a real privilege to be here tonight. because the thoughts that have been shared are both spiritual and pragmatic. This conjunction of the spiritualism that every human being bears and the pragmatism that the actual world runs. And personally, this has been very special evening for me. Let me share with you that I immediately took a picture and share a picture in my Facebook with the slogan. So I am trying to spread her message. I had the privilege to share a hug with her. My message to her is, I felt you. I really felt your soul, and you're really special. Thank you for touching so many souls and for sharing what you share. Thank you, and for teaching. It has been just great.
I don't know how much more pain we need to be encountering as a humanity and as Earth. But I have good faith that in the coming period of time, there will be a shift. And us being here in Mayan country, where they've told us that in 2012 there will be a consciousness shift, I have very good hope that we can prepare and be ready for that. And that is what we're trying to do, to bring people together, to collaborate and listen to each other. Learn from the trees and the plants and the earth.
It was a terrific show tonight. A lot of energy, a lot of people excited and happy, and I think some people's minds were changed. And that's what this is all about right now, is getting the world to change their mind. I work with school children, and we're working with them. I work with universities. We've now got about 2,000 meals a week at UCLA, and we've got VA hospitals around the Los Angeles area where I live. We've pretty much got 1,200 meals a week there now, all vegan, 100% vegan, and it's exciting, it's interesting, and here I am, an old man trying to change the world. And the great part of this whole thing is that I'll live maybe another 20 years, I hope, whatever, and maybe somebody will live longer, but this movement will continue, and the work of Supreme Master will continue and grow, and we'll have a better world because of it.
Debo decirle que esta noche, con esta gente maravillosa que invita a la solidaridad entre los seres humanos, a la amistad y al afecto, es para mí un ejemplo estupendo de lo que podríamos ser los seres humanos si tuviéramos otro tipo de doctrina, si tuviéramos otro tipo de sistema tan diferente en el que vivimos, que es un sistema de competencia y de egoísmo. Es un ejemplo de cómo los seres humanos nos podemos hermanar y cómo podemos ser muy fraternos.
This is Isaac Lewis. I am the head of climate change and the Ministry of Environment in Egypt, and I'm glad to be here with you tonight. It was an honor. I never had such a beautiful night, and all too much love. No word can express all the feeling. It's just amazing.
Esta noche ha sido para mí sentir la presencia de mi niña. Murió hace 2 años, fue vegana, y aunque yo en su honor no como carne de mamífero desde que ella murió, pero a partir de esta noche haré mi esfuerzo más sincero por no comer tampoco ningún ave. Ha sido fantástico y un privilegio conocer a la Suprema Maestra. Sentí su alma. Sé vegano, sé ecológico para salvar al planeta. Gracias.
I'm very honored to be here. And I was impressed by the way that she finds forms to really be authentically showing how she does it, and making that visible and shareable for others, and to inspire others to follow her examples. But I can imagine that she is also inspiring you to do it in your own fashion, in your own way, because I felt inclusiveness.
I met her this morning for the first time, and she actually served us lunch. It's not like she had servants or something. And she's she's like a mother. She's an earth mother to the world. And she was that same way with us as she was here tonight. That's pretty terrific when you can be with a few people or you could be with hundreds of people and have that warmth and have that sincerity and have that love. She's a great lady, great example for the world. I hope our future is in her dreams and in our dreams, and that we have a better, safer, cleaner world. There's something that has to be said and should be said over and over and over again, and it's be veg, go green to save the planet. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
I love her. I'm calling her Mommy Heart. We had a special treat to meet her, I guess a brunch, and she had us up to her room, and she cooked for us. I mean, it was a spread of food, and there's so much more backstage that she brought, and wants everybody to take a bag of food home. So she's quite remarkable. She really is. Mommy Heart, I love you. It was an honor to meet her. My consciousness is elevated. It really is. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep elevating yourself, because as you elevate yourself, you elevate us. And God bless you, and I love you, Mommy Heart. I'll never forget you. I won't forget you. I hope I see you again. I know I'll see you again. There are no coincidences in life.
Be veg, go green, save the planet, please.
Be veg, go green to save the planet.
All information concerning the scientific evidence of climate change and its solution is in Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, From Crisis to Peace, The Organic Vegan Way is the Answer. Freely available to read at www.crisistopeace.org